I know. It's okay. Take some time.
What's up, guys? Captain Chad, Team Floppy Ears. Hey, that's my buddy Ash. He just got here today for a 3-week board and train program, and I'm going to reintroduce him here in just a second with another video of took him outside, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about where we're at with him. But he just got here today, and I just watching this video back as I'm editing it, I'm seeing a dog that it's like if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, people would be like, "Oh, that dog was abused." You know, his what he's displaying and like how he's feeling looks like that Sarah McLachlan shit. You know, it reminds me of something that you see quite a bit in like the dog rescue community, and it can be really deceiving, right? Because people will show you a dog that looks like that, and it's pretty easy to sit there and say this dog was abused and neglected, and this dog was this to get in your wallet so that you can give them money, right? Um, all that to say, not everything is what it seems. You know, I know Ash, I know his owners, I know his age, I know where he came from, and we know objectively that he's never been abused, like ever. And so you're like, okay, I know you're probably sitting there scratching it. You're like, how many times have I seen a dog that looks like that? But somebody made me believe that the dog was abused, but didn't really go on to talk about how like sometimes the dog could be genetically weak, or sometimes the dog is exhibiting this just because they're out of sorts and they haven't familiarized or acclimatized to anything, and so they're exhibiting this fear, right? And I think honestly, in my opinion, most cases that's what it is. In most cases, the dog was never abused. People make shit up all the time to like sort of make themselves kind of like lean into their self virtue because it makes them feel like, you know, they're really doing something by helping this dog out, right? Even when they don't know anything about the dog's past, they picked up the dog as a stray, somebody surrendered a dog to them, they don't really know what happened. But because the dog is exhibiting these things, it's pretty easy to say it, and it's pretty easy to fool you into thinking that's what happened. Most of the time, that's not the case. I'm not saying it never happens, but I'm just trying to like let you guys know, like maybe, you know, so you're not so easily fooled, because it's easy to fool people. Like it's super easy, and there's a lot of people out there just utilizing this dog's demeanor just to get in your pockets and just to make themselves feel like they're the hero. You know, a lot of virtue signaling, a lot of self-righteousness going on out there, and I just don't want you guys to fall victim to it. For me, unless they could prove, you know, unless they could sort of prove some sort of abuse, most of the time I'm just not trying to hear it, because most of the time I'm probably just going to assume you're making shit up because you just feel like making shit up. But anyway, let's get into the video. Guys, if you can, do me a favor, leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, and here's a little bit more of an introduction on Ash and what he's doing here. And yeah. And Ash just got here today. He's only young. He's only like 8 months old. Beautiful, beautiful American bully. I want to give a shout out to his breeder. I want to give a shout out to his owner. Amazing people in it for the right reasons. You know, anytime somebody brings me a dog for training, they're identifying that there's room for improvement. And in this particular guy's case, he lacks confidence. And I think most of which is because he just doesn't have a whole lot of experience. And in many such cases, you know, and I kind of just like documenting this video here to kind of show you guys a little bit of my protocol when I get a guy in here who's really skeptical and uncertain and unsure of where he is. And man, you know, just talk a little bit about the value. You know, a lot of people will be like, you know, why would you send your dog to a place like that where they're going to be in that sort of state of mind? Well, because the goal is to kind of like raise his confidence and to give him confidence. And I know that here in a few days' time, he's going to acclimate. He's going to understand that he could trust Uncle Chad. He's going to, yeah, like I said previously, he's going to acclimate to this new environment. He's going to end up having a great time. And he would have gone through a lot of these growing pains of starting off a little unsure and a little uncertain, and get past that, and just as a byproduct of going through that, become a little bit more of a confident dog and just learn to adjust, and have more experience in the process. The more experienced you are in things, the more confidence you're naturally going to acquire from that experience. And so what do I do with a dog like this straight away? Do I get straight to work? Absolutely not. It's just a lot of this, you know, just like existing around him. And and giving him like a nice positive experience. First impressions are kind of a big deal, you know, and I think when you got a dog like this, um, who doesn't really exhibit just the natural, like this natural, like desire for like affection or attention from people, it's important to identify that. Maybe just a personality trait of his, maybe it's just some sort of genetics, or again, just talking about what I did at the beginning, it's like maybe it's just like just he doesn't have a lot of experience and he needs more experience to build up that confidence for certain things like that, or he just may not ever end up being the guy who seeks out like automatic attention from people he doesn't know. In many such cases, there's so many times it's like you're going to have to earn it from this dog, and you're going to have to earn it by being patient, by not giving sort of like a negative experience right away, because a lot of people don't understand, like, just because you see value in like, hey, what's up, and like trying to like say what's up to a dog doesn't necessarily mean that's what the dog wants. And if you're looking for a way to damage the relationship between you and this new dog that may not like that, then go for it. Be like, what's up, bro? Like, I haven't even pet him yet, and there's, you know, in the next day or two, there's going to be that time where he kind of like lets his hair down and he finally does allow me to pet him, or, you know, and that's when we'll start working. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when we'll get to work. You know, I'm not going to tell him what to do or like or anything like that. He'll just get used to like my structure, the routine around here, you know, kennel after this and things like that. But like, as far as anything like formal training, we're not going to get to that point till he kind of like, hey, Chad, you're cool, dude. That type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what we're doing. Um, he's dragging a long line right now because, again, the last thing I want to do is like put too much conflict on him by like grabbing his collar or being like too close to him right now. I like to grab like the very end of the leash to where I'm not too close to him. But yet I still will have control, and I could go to from one place to the next. Right here, we're in Rosie's arena. Good boy, this way. Good man. Um, so not a whole lot of, you know, putting my hands on him or anything like that, just existing together, bringing him out here to the arena where he could use his nose and acclimate and enjoy himself and just kind of get his wits about him, you know. And that's just, I guess there's really not a whole lot more to what my beginning process would look like with a dog like him. So yeah, a little bit of growing pains. It's unsettling. You don't want to see a dog like nervous or fearful or skeptical, but in many such cases, it's just kind of like the way the cookie crumbles. And we're here to work on that, and we're here to improve upon that, and to put his awesome owners in a much better spot moving forward. So that's what we're going to do, man. I want to try to get the camera on him right now to kind of show you the extent of his beauty. He's absolutely gorgeous. I myself, I love American bullies. I love pit bulls. I'm a bulldog guy through and through. If you guys know me, you know I started this whole thing with Rosie, my little pit mix, and somebody in which, if you watch this series of videos with my main man Ash, you'll see Rosie interacting with him, along with my other two females interacting with him. And matter of fact, that's something I do to help a dog come out of their little shell a little bit quicker, is I will utilize my own dogs so that he could take maybe a little bit of the edge off of being like, where am I? And kind of like focus a little bit more on the positive experience of, you know, like he's smelling my feet right now. And that's beautiful. I want to let him do that. And I'm not going to like, hey, you know, just because he came up to me, it's like, if we're going to let this thing happen organically, and we're going to get to where we need to be so we could start the work. But yeah, my dogs, a big part of my program here. I use them constantly in all sorts of different cases. And we certainly will be using them for him, so he can just have another positive experience around this yard. And we'll be one step closer to rocking and rolling with the more formal stuff. But thanks for watching. I'm going to try to post a little bit, you know, the process with my main man Ash. So without further ado, if you leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, that's cool too if you want. If not, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this right here, and I'm gonna give you a good look at what my main man Ash here. Keep in mind, he's only 8 months old. Still has some growing to do. He's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. boy saying what's up to my main man Pickles over here. Let's see if we could get Ashy back in the kennel without any struggle. Initially, it was a little, you know, he was having a hard time kind of going in on his own, but he was in there. So hopefully, there's enough familiarity for him to kind of like voluntarily go in on his own without having any conflict involved at all. Hey, Ashy, good boy. Like I just don't mind all of this curiosity at all. Don't care that he's not really listening to me at the moment. This is a much more important part of the process. Hey, Kendall? He's like, no, dude, I'm still checking it out. But I could use the leash to kind of help guide a little bit. Kendall? Absolutely magnificent. And of course, like, I don't want to put my hands near him or on him. So, no, steady. Good boy. Much better already, son. Good man. It's a Great Dane kennel. Big ass crate, right? Good boy. All right, one step closer. You were a little unhappy with me earlier, weren't you? That's all right. Uncle Chad's here to help you, man. And I love you dearly. And I'm going to protect you. I'm going to love you. I'm going to teach you. And most importantly, I'm going to teach your owner. Okay, buddy. You guys stay tuned, man. Thank you so much. Leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more with Ash. Isn't he beautiful? Let me know how gorgeous he is in the comments. Peace.